All right, what's good? Think this is recap 4, 5. I'm not too sure, but so today was an L. I mean, it was a good day technically. Like I genuinely knew what I was doing, but just didn't play out. First, what I should have, so I'm not really mad at all. But I mean, yeah, going into the day, obviously expanding off of yesterday's like lows. I obviously wanted this to be the overall weekly draw, which we did end up taking, which is nice. But I mean, kind of got a little lost off where to long here, so I was kind of just long biased in general, just because we had overexpanded by like, so many points. It was like, yeah, this was like over like 1,000 point drop. It was like 1,200-ish points. So because of that, only looking for longs, especially because we had this 4 hour for value, of course. Also had, I think yeah, it was a daily order block CE, like the EQ of it was right on the 4 hours EQ. So I was like, okay, that's kind of like lining up somewhat nice. And then let's go to the hour. Yeah, so just typical stuff. Like on the hourly, I had marked out the last like manipulation range. I mean, not manipulation, but just the last range from the movement up, which was this, of course. Had that marked out. Also noticed we had this 1 hour order block that we closed above that we could possibly retrace, which was also in the OTE range. So I was like, okay, that's nice. So deviations wise, not really many deviations were like playing out really. Like a lot of them were kind of just odd for me today. I wasn't really like I didn't really have any. I didn't use any deviations today, honestly. It was just like none of them were really like foul to me. All of them were just very odd movements. Like this was SMT, this was SMT. Like I considered using off open. I was gonna plan on using this for longs because what I initially wanted was this to like I wanted us to manipulate up into here and then short back down and then continue lower, which we didn't ha end up happening. Like I think we still do that, but just not where I wanted it to. So yeah. So off of open, I had the hourly range, and then I think this was a hour for I get right. Was it hour or was it 15 minutes? Yeah, it was a like I said, I marked out the range. I had the what's called OT of this range marked here. And then this was also 1 hour the 1 hour order block lining up. So I was like, okay, a lot of stuff are lining up for value gap below true day open. I was like, okay, or something around here is gonna be a good range for me to like long. So that's what I was looking to do. And then what kind of happened was a little bit of I guess it was good. I stuck to my rules, but it was a little bit annoying. So going into the 1 minute, we opened over here. What is it? Where is that? Yeah, so we opened right here. We made this internal SMC, which wasn't significant to me, so I wasn't really taking anything off that, which was like I just saw it says chop, so this had happened. We had the move down, and when we did make this move down, that's when I like first considered taking maybe this long right here, which did end up playing out. But I mean, that's not really what matters. I guess what mattered to me was the fact that like it just wasn't the right entry. So I was gonna take it off of yeah. We tapped the 5 minute. What is that a rejection? No, this is like another a rejection block that I used earlier. But like I said, so yeah, off open. We opened chop chop chop. I saw this as the manipulation before we went higher. So 15 seconds would have played out. It was actually a really good clean entry. So where is it? Would have had entry right here and that boom, boom. Stop right above here. Yeah, I think I like saw this and I was like gonna go in like 2 micros just because it's way too volatile for me. So I just saw all this as like I was gonna take this all the way up to here. Great delivery, honestly. But I stuck to my rule just because like the main reason I did not take this was because we were too close to true day open. I've always noticed that whenever we come close to true day open, we'll just like have a false breakout and then continue lower and tap that and then make the move. So that's what I waited for. We did end up doing that later. We had like this new, we took the news high from 9:45, kept moving up. Then we took this high, S&P'd again on the higher time frame, and I was like, okay, good. So I went down to 15 seconds, of course, and I didn't see anything on the 15-second playing out because this to me, none of these changes in states looked valid just because I guess they just weren't valid to me because like they didn't they didn't look like an actual manipulation or like an accumulation range that we could manipulate below and then take out. So I didn't take any of these. And of course, like there was this continuation, I guess you could say, but like it wasn't really a continuation until this candle, and that wouldn't have played out. But didn't take that. So what I did wait for was the rejection block because we had this SMT, and I was like, okay, that's even better because we SMT'd, we tapped into the OTE, we tapped this order block to the tick. We were below trade open. We were like below all the key opens. So like, all right, this is great. So waited for this 5 minute. I was gonna take a 1 minute, so I waited for this 5 minute. Waited for this candle to close just so we had some like engineer liquidity take out before going lower. We did that, and then So yeah, so I took it off that. Like there wasn't really anything else lying like there for me besides the rejection block. I was like, there's this rejection block. I guess you could say this like order block, but it had already been tapped, so I wasn't really like considering it. Like my real entry was just genuinely off of this rejection block. So what I did, I put my entry right at the rejection block, the CE of it, wick below, and I was just targeting the most recent high, which was this. And obviously, it worked out for a little bit, and I thought it was fine, but then we ended up sweeping it out, and I was like, okay, it's whatever. So I think like the biggest issue I think today was just it was not a good trading day, just because we had such high impact news. Yeah, we had PMI, and then like the day before we had such a volatile move down. We had unemployment. We had all this just come out, and then like yeah, it was just not the type of day to be really trading. So I should have just noticed from all this pre-market movement that we were gonna chop around, but I guess I just like I think I just wanted the winning day too much, but I mean, it's whatever. I mean, it's better than like me like footballing. So I only lost 100, stuck to my rules, didn't risk more than I should have. So not a big deal. But I mean, yeah, moving on, like really can't say why any of this would have been valid. No deviations I could have found like when I was looking earlier to like see why this would have played out. But I mean, it is what it is. Always gonna be next week. I mean, hopefully maybe because now I'm not too bad in drawdown. Yeah, I'm 700 right now, or am I? I think I guess okay. I guess I'm like 700 down on the but I was like a good $1,000 in profit before since I started. So I guess technically I'm only like 200, 300 away from like break even on the eval. So it's whatever. But I mean, yeah, definitely next week, hopefully better. But I guess like the biggest takeaway is just to stay away from high impact news like days post to it and before to it, just because I should have realized when there were no deviations that were aligned that it just was not a good day to be trading. So something I could work on. But I mean, yeah, overall wasn't a bad day. So on